Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so Tiff and I love incorporating each of our cultures into our lifestyle. And when it comes to making food for the family, I've started fusing foods of my Chinese heritage with some of Tiff's Mexican heritage. And today, I'm taking the Chinese rice dish called zhong and combining it with one of Tiff's personal favorites, the tamale. If you don't know what a zhong is, it's a rice dumpling made of glutinous rice. It's stuffed with different fillings and it's wrapped in bamboo leaves, and it honestly looks just like a tamale. And just like the tamale, zhongs are made with the whole family gathered around. It's like a family event. It's festive, everyone's helping out. And so since they're so similar to each other, I figured why not try fusing the two together and making a tamale that has the traditional fillings of a zhong. So let's get started. We're first gonna start by rehydrating some dried shiitake mushrooms, pour some hot water over it, and wait about 30 minutes to an hour for it to plump up. Next, we're gonna take 2 pounds of pork shoulder, AKA pork butt, but really it's just pork shoulder. And we're gonna cube it up, throw it into a wok, and saute it for about 2 minutes or until it starts to brown. Next, we're gonna make your kitchen smell really good. We're gonna add some aromatics, ginger, 5 slices of ginger, and 2 green onions, but we're only gonna use the white bulby part of the green onion. Give it a nice little smack because we wanna expose the fibers to get more of the flavor out. So working the aromatics in the wok with the pork, it's gonna start smelling real good. And in comes the liquid ingredients. 1 cup of Chinese rice wine. It's gonna give the dish its floral essence. 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce. This is our sodium. And 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. This is also sodium, but more for the color. So dark soy sauce gives you that nice, beautiful brown color, whereas light soy sauce doesn't actually color the meat. So as a Chinese cook, it's really important for you to have light soy sauce and dark soy sauce in your pantry. 1 cup of chicken broth. This is just store-bought chicken broth. If you wanna go super fancy, you can also just have nice, flavorful homemade chicken stock. Next are dry ingredients, 4 pods of star anise, 4 bay leaves, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. If you got rock sugar, even better. I don't, because I just never go out of my way to buy rock sugar. Give it a stir, work in all the ingredients, and cook on low heat for 2 hours. Essentially, we're braising this meat. On to the dough for the tamales. In a large mixing bowl, add 2/3 cup of lard, and we're gonna whisk it so that it gets worked in and starts to fluff up a little bit. Add 2 cups of masa harina. Just a stickler for me pronouncing Spanish properly. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and honestly, you could probably throw in some of that braising liquid into this, probably give it some color and some nice little flavorings. I totally didn't because I totally didn't think about it until after I made the whole thing. Anyways, you're gonna mix all the dry ingredients together with the lard until it starts to look like crumbles or sand. And I remember from the beginning of the video, we had the dried shiitake mushrooms that were rehydrating. Take some of that water, add it to your dough to help moisten up the dough. And what we're looking for here is like a peanut butter texture. And by the way, the shiitake mushroom water, very umami, very, very, very umami. And next we're gonna pull our braised pork out and shred it. And what we're trying to do is get very fine shreds of pulled pork so we can turn this into a filling for the tamales. Now back over the braising liquid, we're gonna discard the ginger, the green onions, star anise, and bay leaves. Next, what we're gonna do is skim the fat out of our braising liquid because we were braising a pork butt. There's a lot of fat in butts, so take a skimmer and skim all the fat out. This is the most time-consuming and tedious thing to ever do, but it's well worth it because we're gonna use this braising liquid and we're gonna put it into our pulled pork. So once you have the fat skimmed, we're gonna add a cornstarch slurry, which is basically 3 teaspoons of cornstarch and 3 teaspoons of water. And we're gonna thicken up our sauce. So raise the temp, cook it for a few minutes, and add about a cup of this into your pulled pork. Mix it all together, and voila, we have our tamales filling. Now set that aside, and we're gonna work on our mushrooms. We're gonna just slice it up. Super easy. Now it is time to assemble our tamales. We're using rehydrated corn husks here that's been boiled in water. A lot of rehydrating dried food items for this. One being a Chinese staple, shiitake mushrooms, and now corn husk, which is a Mexican staple. Anyways, take a tablespoon of dough and put it onto your corn husk and press the dough down so that it lays flat into a nice little sheet. Add about a tablespoon of pork filling onto your sheet of dough, and you want to arrange it into like a little line down the center of the dough, and then top the filling with some mushrooms. And then the trickiest part here is to fold it over. You want to fold it over gently down towards the center and carefully wrap it up into the corn husk. Take a small thin strip of corn husk and we're gonna use that to tie our tamale up so that it doesn't fall apart while we steam it. Repeat this step a million times, as many tamales as you can make. Hopefully not a million, because that's a lot of tamales. Now place each of your tamales into a tamalera. I can't do that one. And steam for 1 hour. Once done, take a tamale out, unwrap it, and the way I like to serve this, just spoon some of that braising liquid right on top and top it off with some of that green onions that we set aside earlier. And bam, we have a Chinese tamale. Fire. Now Tiff thinks some of my creations are completely wacky, but this one, oh, she loved this one.
Good job, honey.
That is really good, actually. The mushroom makes it really interesting.
That's what it was. I thought it was a tendon. You did really good with the masa.
Yeah?
This is perfect for Christmas with your family. Actually, I'm not a big fan of the mushroom. The texture's throwing me off.
And it doesn't belong.
But the pork flavors, like the Chinese sazon with the tamale, which is really good. You finish yours fast.
I know, I want a second one.
Ah. Big piece.
The whole thing?
Or buy it.
Wifey approved. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want more food content, let me know what kind of foods you want to see me make. Till next time, thanks for watching.